Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, before we jump into your monthly read, which is for the month of September, I just want to tell you that I now offer personal readings, private readings. So if you're interested in that, the link to that is in the, just all the information about it is in the description box. So go read about it if you're interested in a private reading with me. For the month of September, we're going to start with an overall or undercurrent energy. What's going on for you, Sagittarius? The dragon. Movement forward, something courageous. So you might be growing a lot right now. You might do something that demands a little bit of courage. It demands of you to find your courage. It demands of you to explore your courage. That's an underlying current here for the month of September. We're going to get all the cards out on the table and then really get into the messages. At the very end here, we're going to have the angels come in to deliver to you if there's any additional messages that the angels want you to know. What's going on for Sagittarius, please? So we're starting with decision. There's decision making here. Allowing yourself to release something. It's interesting because that number, although this could be like the devil, that number is very much also about love. We have 15 adds up to number 6. It's like it's a so that might be the message here. There might be a conflicting scenario going on. And then we have divine guidance, number 5. So there's something you need to get over, something you need to get through. But on the other end of there, of whatever's going on, it's going to be individual because it is a general read. There's divine guidance. There is guidance to where you want to go. And also the opportunity for great change. 10 of Raphael and 9 of Raphael. So we have, that's interesting. We have 15 and 5 with like a spiritual path with the purple coming out together, and then we have 9 and 10 of Raphael and just the most gorgeous energies. And you're no different, Sagittarius, than at least I would say like 4 or 5 signs for this round for the month of September. There's some really big changes going on collectively. I feel I could almost have done a collective read for the month of September because And the common denominator is just breakthrough, change, transformation. I know I'm speaking about transformation, not me, but like what's coming through is the transformation a lot. It just seems like this is the sort of final threshold or the final, people are just having breakthroughs left and right. And I'm seeing it on a personal level as well. Like people that I'm working on a personal level, like one-on-one, if they've been like stuck for quite a long time, I'm just seeing this breakthrough taking place right now, that there's like aha moments or like bow moments, or like there really is an end to the old struggle and something new, beautiful, brilliant is now coming in. And you're no different here, Sagittarius. We have the 9 of Raphael, which is basically, it's like you've opened up. I don't know if you usually, I'd say you're very much the magician, Sagittarius, but there's something about like not being the magician, but that you have opened up to the possibility that you really are the creator of everything. And then 10 of Raphael there, which is like happily ever after, coming into a situation, a relationship, a job, just an experience where the feeling of happily ever after, like here, I could stay here forever. Can we have, we're going to go deeper into each and every one of these energies and really, really get the message out. Can we clarify why these energies are on the table, please? For Sagittarius for the month of September. The first thing we have is accelerated motion. We're picking up pace. We're picking up speed with the number 8. That is a power number. Wish fulfillment there. Another 5, so financial and material changes. That's the third 5. We have 15 with the 5 in it, and then we have 5 with divine guidance, and then we have material, financial and material changes, number 5. So there's probably had been like a very something like around a very, wow, and another 8 with the power. This could even have been like you stepping through the Lionsgate portal there. That has started to really shift things for you. That is like not even a month ago. So you could have been stagnant in a situation, like for a long time being stagnant in a situation. And now, Sagittarius, you're having a breakthrough here. So when I'm looking at this card, when I'm looking at this energy, this dragon for me now is about like probably having the courage to get out of a comfort zone, having the courage to move forward. Whatever, I don't know why I want to say vein, like, excuse me, blood vein, like whatever path, road, inställning, I can't find the English word, whatever vibrational state that you've been in, that perhaps it hasn't really worked out all that well, or it might just have not come to the conclusion of things that you wanted to see, the result you wanted to see. Things just haven't really like been going down the path that you've been down. Maybe it served its purpose up until this point, but it just doesn't anymore. And you know, when you live in a certain, scares me. When you're living in a certain pattern, behavior, just a way of living for enough time, changing that, like the way, just the other day I was having this one-on-one with this person, and she was like, so I want to know sort of, do you see if there's any, like, if there's any person coming my way? And me, who's also like, I just don't want to sort of be a crystal ball. I want to say, like, is that what you want? Are you searching for a partner? And she was like, well, I don't know. Can you see if there's a partner? Okay, so have you made up your mind? And she was like, I've been single for, she was probably like in her 60s something. And she was like, I've been single for over 20 years. I've been single for over 20 years. And the way that I'm living, my routines, I come home, I watch whatever I want, I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I sometimes eat in the middle of the night. And she was like, I don't know how that would go over with a partner here. Like, do I have to quit like my snacks in the middle of the night? Do I have to then not watch when I'm watching on television? Like, it seemed like it was, I was like, how much do you want a partner though? It's not like just because you have a partner. I mean, obviously you want to meet someone that fits your criteria, that fits you being up snacking in the middle of the night. You know, those are out there. Those people are out there for sure. So we don't have to sort of assume that meeting someone is going to have you cut those things out. But she really had this feeling, like the foundation of this is the feeling of, you know, this is my comfort zone. This is how I've done it for such a long time. And maybe you need to just break out of that comfort zone a tiny little bit. We need to get out of that box a little bit. We don't have to be outside of the box completely. We can actually have 2 boxes. We can have like one box with all the things that we used to do and a new box with all the things that we want to do, and just sort of settle down in the middle. We don't have to give up our comfort zone altogether, but maybe there's a little tweaking that needs to be done here. And this is the courage card. This is your dragon. Your inner dragon wants to sort of come out and steer you in the direction of what you're asking about. But that implies that maybe you need to make some changes. It seems to be, and obviously not, like, I'm not talking about even compromising, and I'm not talking about giving things up that is completely you to meet someone new, or like giving, like, you should never have things be scaled away for the great person that you are to fit someone else's criteria. Never. But there's a match there's a match that will fit you if you know exactly what you're asking about, and to maybe let go, because the decision card here is very much about letting go. It can also be like, I'm using relationships now, but it doesn't have to be relationships one bit. It can just be a job situation. It can be something you did in the past that involves like friendships or health or children. It's different for all because it's a general read. But the feeling of, okay, so this happened in the past, and because this happened in the past, I don't know if I'm interested today. Like getting into that job again when I know happened in the past, I don't know. Doing this change or doing this thing with my child, I don't know if I want to get in there because that happened in the past. There's something about cutting the ties with your past here and making a decision to really move forward. And all the birds, like you see all the birds having flying out their nest, and there's one little bird still sitting in that cage, and it's like it's just sort of waiting for you to make that decision to move forward. Because once it's here, and there's a little bit of a surrendering feel to this as well. We have divine guidance there, and we have 5-5 on the table, almost 5-5-5, and 8-8 on the table. It's like I want to say almost 8-8-8 because we have the brave, the courage. Like this is such a bravery card as well. The strength and the power, number 8 there. So it's like we have 3 5s and 3 8s. And so it is talking so much about overcoming obstacles, overcoming hurdles that maybe there's been stuff in your past. I'm not talking about your shoes are too small and the hassle of getting out and getting new ones. I don't know if you ever have too small shoes these days, because maybe I'm just thinking about my son. But like, maybe you've outgrown a situation. And I'm not talking about changing colors on something in your house. I'm talking about bigger things, Sagittarius, that has happened in your life, like those big milestones or big impacts that has taken place in your life where like that was a game changer. That right there, you could probably think back on a couple of those things, especially Sagittarius. You seem to always have those near-death situations. Like it's really grand with you always. When it sort of was a before and an after, and there's something here lingering. I don't know really how to explain it, but there's a feeling here of, okay, stepping out of this like comfort zone. We're looking for a courageous path. Like you're looking to be courageous and move out of your comfort zone. And overcoming realizing it's just never going to be again like it was in the past. It will never be that hard or painful or struggling or evolving through that kind of like expanding or growing through that kind of pain or through that kind of shift. Like that shift has come and gone, and there's something that like it still lingers there. That energy, whether it's like 3, 5, 10, even 15 years ago, just like that person I talked about, like she's like 20, she's in her 60s. And like, so say that she was 65 now, and say like when she was 45, she had her last but latest relationship. And for 20 years, she has settled in to this new way of living based on what happened prior to that. And so I just realized this reading is very much for her as well. So there's a feeling here of like when you think back, and the thing that comes up to like the thing that comes into your mind is the thing. You don't have to like, well, I wonder if that is, no, something else would have come up in your mind if that would be the thing. But the thing that is the thing, the thing about the thing is what's going to come to mind. That thing needs to be cut, needs to be overcome. And the moment you like we have 5-5-5, which is so much about overcoming obstacles and overcoming that conflict or drama or whatever, like in your past, heal that drama, and have that awesome great opportunity for changing here. That on the other side of that, the moment you sort of decide, okay, I'm not gonna I am not my past. I'm not that experience. I am not, and I'm also not preparing for this to happen again in the future. Right now, you're completely free. And the more you cut the cord to that, the more you can come into this divine guidance. And I feel like this divine guidance has been there. If you have gone into some sort of hiding, or you've gotten really like anxious due to something that has happened, that you want to just take it really slow and play it really safe, and all of that is beautiful as long as you don't feel like it's hindering your life. When you start to feel like this is, or you're almost closeting yourself, or like you're almost putting yourself in your own prison. Like if you want to be more of a hermit, if you want to go very, very solo and like into a quiet place where no one can reach you, and you're thriving and you're having like the time of your life, and you just really, really are excited about being in that place, by all means continue. But when this is like you long for someone else, or you long for this new job, or you long to get out of something and get into something new, you want to get out of this hermit mode, then you probably feel this calling. There's probably this, like this divine guidance is all about like this calling to just start to like, just start to see what you can create. Start to see what's out there. You don't have to decide anything right now. You haven't promised anything to anyone. You haven't even promised yourself or promised life anything. It's like, let's try it out and see how it goes, you know? And therein comes the Nine of Raphael, which is so much about, like, we have endings and a completion here. It is endings and completion. It's like, and simultaneously here, you're just starting, like you're trying out, you're starting out. It's so interesting because it feels like, Sagittarius, you are the magician in many ways. You are often the innovator, the sharp mind, I don't want to call it you a know-it-all, because it's not like you're a brag or like you're I don't know. You just are usually very much in the forefront of things, and you are usually the magician already. So it's like you have the knowledge. Do you feel where I'm going with this? It's like it's like the Dalai Lama would withdraw. And then after he's been in the withdrawal for a bit, he has sort of taken some time out. He has reorganized, regrouped, rebooted, and he's slowly like coming out again. He's still the Dalai Lama. He has all the information, and he has all the ancestral information. It's right there, right with him. But then when you're getting out there, it's like, it's still sort of like a first couple of steps to get sort of warmed up and get into this new scenario. Like, I am not the magician yet, although you are, deep down you are, but like you're trying it out. Like, I think I need this genie in a lamp, and I need to like rub it a little bit to see if there's a genie that comes out. And maybe I can ask the genie for 3 wishes. When you know in the heart of hearts that you don't have to ask anyone for anything, you just become who you want to be, or what you want to have. You just imagine it and it's there. It's like baby steps. It's like someone that you could walk, someone that learned to walk. They sat and crawled and walked. And then they went into an accident. And so their legs were just cut from underneath them. Not because the legs doesn't work, but maybe something happened in the spine or something. Like you're like, for a moment, you're just paralyzed. But you still have your legs, and your legs function, and everything in your body knows exactly how it is to walk. But when you come to, when you sort of come back into life, I hope you follow this metaphor here. And I do send out a hug if this is someone's actual reality, that this has been the journey. But like to just then retrain your legs. Your legs is not cut off. They're not, they're not broken. They just haven't been walking for a bit. You haven't been walking for a bit. And so we just need to start to practice that again, or start to practice your speech again, or start to practice, you're coming back into life, and it takes a minute. And it takes you being a little bit courageous here. It's like, can I really do this? Do I even want to do this? I'm just better off on my own, single for I've been single for 20 years. I can be single for 20 more. It's fine. I have good friends. I have a cat, a beautiful cat. You know, it's like, it takes a bit, and it takes a little bit of courage for you to move forward. What I love about this is that when you have the courage to move forward, when you start to try those sea legs again, if you will, when you start to try your creative powers again, what shows up, what you're entering into, is your happily ever after. It's not like you're getting you're moving yourself out there again. You're like deciding, okay, I'm gonna be part of the fun, or not even fun. Like I'm gonna be part of this life. I'm gonna be part of it. I'm gonna play again. Only to find out, oh, that sucked. You went on a date and that went completely south, or you went into this, interview or audition or like whatever for a job, and that just went horribly wrong. None of that. Once you just sort of try your sea legs or try your wings again, to practice walking a little bit again, what shows up on the other side of that is your happily freaking ever after. Cindy Affenrella, like she says in Pretty Old Woman, that I saw in a commercial. I thought that was so funny. Are you also tired of Pretty Old Woman? Anyway, so yeah, and what comes out after that, when you're starting to aim, it's like you just have to lean. You don't even have to, like, this is not you trying your legs and you have to run. You just have to lean in the direction. My stomach agrees, of what you want, and by itself, accelerated motion, it's like you can just be a bystander. It's like you can just kick it off a little bit. You don't even have to fully become the magician from the beginning. You just have to try it out a little bit. And because of the working legs prior to the accident, because of the Dalai Lama version of you prior to going into hermit mode, because of whatever that was that made you sort of slow down, shut off, move away for a little bit, that never goes away. That never ceases, that never stops to exist. The moment you've become something, it's always there. This is just sort of learning how to bite a Reich. It's also, someone might have a speech problem. You learn how to bite a Reich. Do you know what a Reich is? You can bite it. You learn how to ride a bike. It's just like learning how to ride a bike again. And it's like, the moment you just lean in that direction, the pre-nuptial agreement, not at all, but the pre-setting, the pre-energy, the prior to all of this, just leaning into it is just automatically on its own going to pick up space, pace, motion, for you to watch something come into fruition. Your financial and material life is going to change. So if there's been a struggle financially, if there's been a struggle with your health, if there's been a struggle in relationships, if there's been a struggle with just, I'm getting also like a lot of like, where do I fit in? Like, where's my home? Where do I fit in? That like moving in this direction, like saying yes to life and act accordingly, being guided by divine intervention almost, maybe in like things coming your way, helping you, like a program for meditation might be sent your way just as you start to think in these terms, like in these new ways. Then there's like this meditation program showing up for you to, really dive deeper and really open up to this change. It seems like every bigger like category in your life is going to change for the better as you just lean in this direction. And then we have the Power card. So we have the happily ever after, divine guidance, and the Power card with the dragon. I almost feel like I'm a carrot here today. I'm almost sent here to sort of ask you to come. This is like showing you, it's almost like we're showing you, look what's going to happen, Sagittarius, if you get into the game again. If you actually want to participate again. It's not going to go south. You're going to actually rediscover your power. You're going to be back into your Dalai Lama, but you're not going to be a Dalai Lama. You're going to be a Dalai Leo or a Dalai Lion. Oh, so funny. Do you feel this? It's waiting on you. Okay. So I'm wrapping up here, and what do the angels have to add to the situation, please? Nope, stop. Complete stop. Okay. Astara. I love the green. Wow. You deserve the best, Sagittarius. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. And we just talked about compromise in the beginning there. Like, it's not for you to compromise yourself. It's for you to ask for exactly what you want and go for it. Touching the sky, this can also be like a connection to your star family. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. See, Sagittarius? It's going to be so beautiful. Okay, that's what I have for you for the month of September. I hope that was uplifting and inspirational to you. Again, if you want to have a private reading, you're so welcome. Just read about it in the description box. If not, thank you so much for watching, showing up here to these videos with me. And please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you one bit. It really helps the channel though, a lot. And please give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you so much. Bye guys.